Hi guys, Pikachu here, and today I am bringing you the Golurk and Eevee deck, courtesy of my best friend Russell Frankel, who I actually play Pokemon with at club. So a big shout out to him and a big thank you for letting me use his deck on this Deck Chat Sunday. Starting off, we have 4 Golets from Ancient Origins. With the Smash Punch attack, does 30 damage, flip a coin if tails, the attack does nothing. Don't particularly like the basic myself. It's the evolved one that gets you. I mean, it gets you good. Especially if you run a Mewtwo deck like me. So yeah, he runs 4 of them, not me, sorry. Next we have 4 Golurks from Ancient Origins with the Ancient trait, Stop. Prevent all effects of opponent's Pokemon's abilities done to this Pokemon. I hate the Ancient trait, I really do. Oh god, it really gets you. I should know I go up against this deck on a very regular basis. And he also has the ability Dual Type. As long as this Pokemon is in play, it is a Psychic Fighting type. So yeah, this deck is an absolute hell. I'll say that much, it's hell. And Superpower does 80, plus you may do 40 more damage if you do this Pokemon does 20 damage to itself. Right? And the way this Pokemon works, because it's a fighting type as well, you can, obviously you apply weakness and resistance, but you don't do dark weakness to yourself, really. Sorry, I'm not feeling too well at the moment. Still pulling through with this stuff. But you may do the 20 damage to yourself, but you actually resist yourself, so that 20 damage doesn't really count, which I find majorly overpowered and unfair. Next up, we have... Sorry, let me just sort this out. Next up, we have... And the reason why this is a Golurk Eevee deck is because it runs 3 Eevees from Fury's Fists, with the Energy Evolution ability. When you attach your basic energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, you may search your deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon that is the same type as that energy card and put it onto this Pokemon. This counts as evolving this Pokemon, shuffle your deck afterwards. So basically you have to wait the turn to use it. And also 1 copy of this Eevee here, because obviously he doesn't have enough of these ones. But all in all, 3's enough. Trust me, it is. But yeah, 4 Eevees, 4 Golurks, 4 Golets. Devastating deck when it gets going, I'll say that much. Again, I apologise for the setup. At least the camera's a bit more stable now that I have the tripod I ordered from Amazon. Hang on, people, give me a second. Oh, sorry again. Yeah, that's right. Right, next up we have 2 Jolteons from Ancient Origins and 2 Flareons from Ancient Origins, both with similar abilities. Flareon has the Flare Effect ability. Each Stage 1 Pokemon in play is now a Fire-type Pokemon. Hate that extra effect. And Jolteon, they basically become electric as well. So, on top of him being Psychic Fighting, this is Golurk I'm talking about, by the way. On top of Golurk being Psychic Fighting, he then becomes Psychic Electric Fighting Fire, or, you know, it's devastating when it gets going. I mean, absolutely devastating. It can take on nearly any deck and pretty much win. Next, we have the Sushi Master himself, Artillery and Remoraid. Remoraid with the Wild River attack, as you all know, switches Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon, and Water Gun does 20 damage for 2 energies, and the Wild River is 1. And Artillery himself, Abyssal Hand. Once during your turn before your attack, you may draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. And then obviously Hug, 2 Water Energies, 1 colourless, do 40 damage. Defending Pokemon can't retreat. Can be quite a game changer, that, I'll be honest. But yeah, that's them 3. Well, I say them 3, it's more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 6. But those are the pretty much one of the main Pokemon in this deck. Oh, knocked the camera again. And the final Pokemon for this deck is Landorus. And Landorus is in here for the shout of power, really, and as a backup attacker as well. Attach your basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon, does 20 damage. Obviously, great card. Works out pretty well, I have to say. I know that from personal experience. And Sky Lariat does 90 damage for 2 fighting, 1 colours, and obviously you can do more with certain types of energies, which you'll see later on. Next we have, just as I thought, 4 Sycamores from various sets. So 2 from Breakpoint, and 1 from X and Y base set, and 1 from... I can't tell what set that's from. Still in set names myself. But yeah, 4 Sycamores. Very straightforward. Discard your hand, draw 7 cards. I mean, extremely straightforward. Personally, though, you will Sycamore near enough all of them at one point or another. Even my mates had that problem. Yeah, next we have 2 Professor Birch's Observations. Obviously, for more draw support, if you don't want to discard your hand, you can shuffle it back in again. Obviously, as you can see, there's a full art version there. I like the full art, personally. But yeah, it's straightforward. Shuffle your hand into your deck, flip a coin. If heads, you draw 7. If tails, you draw 4. Can be quite a game changer, but also very, very painful. And then there's 1 copy of Lysander. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. Very useful card, and I mean extremely useful. As I said, it's not up to it as it is, at the moment as it is. Yeah, Lysander, extremely useful card. By the way, if it does cut off for a second, it is just because my phone is failing me royally. Hopefully the camera will be here next week. Hopefully. If not, it might take a bit longer. But it is ordered, so it's on its way. Next we have 4 Dimension Valleys, with each Psychic Pokemon in play, and attacks, both yours and your opponent's, cost 1 colour less. So basically, Golurk would only be attacking for 3 energies instead of 4. And he runs 4 in his deck, obviously. Next we have 3 level balls to get out Eevee, Golurk, I think Landorus, if I'm right. Hang on. Give me a second. Sorry again. I don't normally use this deck. Yeah, well, obviously I don't normally use it because it's not my deck. Yeah, you can get out, you can't get out Landorus, but you can get out Remraid, Octillery, any of the Eevees, Golets. Not too sure about Golurk. No, you can't Golurk, but you know. You get the hint. It's basically straightforward. Search your deck for a Pokemon with 90 HP or less, reveal it and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. Straightforward cards, and you can get out pretty much anything with 90 HP or less, like it says. Just like it says on the tin. Next we have 3 VS Seekers, the most expensive card, well not most expensive, but most annoyingly expensive card on the market, considering it's just a normal version, I have to say. Support the card from your discard pile into your hand if you don't know what it does. And yeah, very, very powerful card, very common in a lot of decks. I don't actually own any. That's why you've not seen them in any of my previous videos. Due to the fact they're very, very hard to get hold of. It's £10 for just 1 of these ones. It's extremely expensive for just that card. The secret rare can go up to 30. And next up we have 3 Trainer's Mail. Obviously everyone knows what Trainer's Mail do. It's normally essential for each deck, 3 at the least, 4 at the most, as usual. Some people play 2. I do genuinely only play 2 in one of my decks, who you will see on a deck sheet Sunday, just not in the foreseeable future, because I'm missing 2 cards, literally. It's actually killing me to get these cards. Expensive cards, that. Anyway, this card it's Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a trainer card you find there, except for Trainer's Mail, and put it into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So, yeah, you don't have to get the cards out. Yeah, you don't have to get the card out of it, but, you know, it depends on your perspective of what you need and so on. Because I do apologise for the coughing. I know I keep apologising in these videos, but I'm still fairly new to this, so it's just getting used to it. Not the camera again, didn't I? I'm such a doofus, ain't I? Next we have Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards, and search your deck for a Pokemon, shuffle your deck afterwards, sort of thing. You can't, if you can't discard the 2 cards, obviously, you can't play the card. So yeah, normal people just, when they Ultra Ball, 2 Ultra Balls, or Ultra Ball, and a Energy card or something. Straightforward card. It's just basically discard 2 cards to get one other one. Well, one Pokemon one, basically. Next we have 2 Hard Charms. Any damage done to the Pokemon this card is attached to. The opponent's attack is reduced by 20. So yeah, this card's... I do occasionally play it in decks, but it's one of them ones. It works when it works, it doesn't when it doesn't. It can save your life, but it can also hassle you. Especially if you want to attach something like a muscle band. And speak of the devil himself. Next we have Muscle Band, Switch, and Sacred Ash. Now Muscle Band, obviously everyone knows what it does. You attach it to the Pokemon, you do 20 extra damage. Straightforward. Obviously, Hard Charm neglects that, so you don't really get any damage for it. And Switch. Switch one of your bench Pokemon with your active Pokemon. Obviously he plays the old one because he prefers the old one. And it's remembering you can also play any of the old cards as long as they've been reprinted in Standard. And I'm tripping over myself again, I'm not always doing it. It's actually picked up a lot lately since I started the YouTube channel. And Sacred Ash, shuffle 5 cards from your discard pile into your... 5 Pokemon, sorry, from your discard pile into your deck. See, I am terrible. Oh god, at least I don't script myself like some, not naming names. Nah, I'm not meaning to pick on... sorry, just said I'm not naming names. Not meaning to pick on the YouTubers I'm on about, but one of them scripted himself. I don't know him personally, but I watched his first video and he scripted himself all the way through. It was terrible. And next we have Strong Energy, which can basically, if you attach it to a fighting Pokemon, you can increase their damage by 20. But if you want to know what the card actually says itself, this card can only be attached to fighting Pokemon. This card provides fighting energy only, while this card is attached to a fighting Pokemon. The attacks of the fighting Pokemon this card is attached to do 20 more damage to both active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. If this card is attached to anything other than fighting Pokemon, discard this card. So basically, you can attach it to Golurk and do triple the amount of damage. Which, yeah, again, like I says, it can knock out even Mega Mewtwo Y. You know, it could even probably knock out Wailord given the necessary energy. It's devastating. It really is. It terrifies me how devastating this deck is. And the problem is with it, it's extremely... it's extremely overpowered, right, for a deck that's only meant to be for fun. Again, I do apologise for the coughing. And obviously, 4 double colours energies... it provides double colours energy, basically. It provides, say you want, say you want to power up Golurk, right? You just attach this, he's powered up. Only 1 energy card needed, pretty much, but it provides 2 energy. Sorry if I got in the way again. I don't know what's wrong with me, I keep stuttering, it's winding me up. Anyway, next up we should have, free fighting energy for Landorus, for example, or just to attach to Golurk. Just energies in the deck to help, protect the deck, really. Keep it going. Anyway, next we have 1 electric energy and 1 fire energy. Now, the electric energy is to attach to one of those ability DVs you saw earlier with the energy evolution. Attach this one, you get Jolteon free retreat if it's up front, especially if it's up front. And we also have fire energy, sorry, not the camera again. And also we have fire energy to attach to, another one of those EVs yet again to evolve into Flareon, giving you both the electric and the fire extra on top of the fighting psychic. It's devastating, this deck, like it says. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck, and thanks for watching. I do apologise for any skips in the video, as as I said at the start, my phone has just been failing me. I mean, royally failing me. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe. And again, a big shout out to my best mate Russell for letting me use his deck for this deck check Sunday.